Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being on time, for coming back on time after the break. For being on time, what I would like you to do is look at your neighbor, high-five your neighbor and say, I'm early.
I'm early. And the early birds.
Thank you. How many of you run your own business? Thank you. Show of hands, how many of you are working for other people? Now, how many of you, no matter what I ask, will not put up your hands? Thank you. If you are running your own business, or even if you are working for somebody else, especially if it's a private organization, would you like to increase your profits by 10% by the end of this year?
Yes.
Small. Thank you, Charles. Would you like to increase it by 20%? No. Maybe 20% is too low, right? Would you like to increase it by 50% by the end of this year? Who would like me to show you how it can be done?
I put up my hand.
I don't hear any sound. I want you to say twice as loud, I do.
I do.
One more time, twice as loud, please.
I do.
Thank you, I will show you.
Don't let me wait.
I want you to high-five each other and say, I want to be rich.
I want to be rich. I want to be very rich.
Very rich.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you're wondering, why are you here? Why am I talking about profits? What I'm going to show you today is how to boost your reputation, your company's reputation, and at the same time boost your profits. And this is a sneak peek. Do you know why it's a sneak peek?
Don't know.
Because we only have 15 minutes. So that's why it's a sneak peek. I do not have enough time to show you everything. Okay, so it's just parting the curtain, as we say.
Understood.
Have you ever been in such a situation where sales is doing so bad, but you manipulate and massage the results so that everything looks good? Anybody relates to this? Especially if you have a board or something like that, or your managers? Or maybe you have been in this situation where you actually are giving excuses why the sales is not coming in.
Yes.
I've personally done that myself. Or maybe if you are somebody who has a company in Penang, and because the sales are going down south, you decide you got to move to Johor. Because that's where sales is. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is James Pereira. I am a reputation marketing consultant. I have spent about 30 years working. I started off in the encyclopedia business, where we used to go door to door, knocking and selling encyclopedias. Sometimes our potential clients are very terrible. They actually leave the dogs to chase us, and we chase dogs also. I was doing that for a short while and decided to move into pharmaceutical marketing because it's a professional organization. When you work with a professional organization, you learn a lot of stuff. So I spent many years there, for 26 years. Started off as a sales rep and eventually headed a division, a couple of divisions in some multinational companies. And while I was heading a couple of divisions, I have actually even turned around companies. Companies that were actually, the sales were doing so bad, I had to come in halfway through the year and I managed to boost it up to the previous level in 6 months. And in another organization, it was kind of like a brownfield operations. Reputation was so bad, sales were going down, and with some strategies, we managed to boost our sales. And eventually, we became the second largest in Malaysia, Singapore, and Brunei as well. We were the largest in Brunei. So what I'm going to actually reveal to you today is not just theory from books, but things that I have done, which you can apply in your business. Would you like that?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm not convinced. One more time, twice as loud.
Yes.
I'm convinced. Thank you very much. That gives me the permission. Since we are here only for 15 minutes, can I ask you to play at 100%? Because you will learn if you are also reciprocating.
Yes, yes.
Would you play at 100%?
Yes.
Who does?
110 for me.
Oh, thank you. So at the end of the day, this is what you're going to learn. You'll be able to list the areas in your company where you can boost sales and profits. You'll be able to recall the steps that you need to take to boost your profits? And finally, define what reputation is. Because my angle is going to be the relationship between reputation and profits and sales. So let me start. Have all of you seen a profit and loss statement, a P&L?
Yes.
Just to recollect, and if you have never seen, at the top you have the revenue. And then after that comes the things that will, your quantity of sales and your gross margin. And then towards the bottom you'll find your operating costs, and finally your EBITDA and your net profit. Now, bearing this in mind, okay, I just want you to think about the areas where you can boost your profits just by looking at the P&L. Can you just take about 1 minute and on your own, so I don't think you need 1 minute, 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, list down which are the areas based on the P&L you think that you will be able to boost your profits. Okay, so go now.
Wow, nice. What area?
Okay, you can begin finishing up. Okay, please stop. And just put your focus back here again. Do you have any of these three methods while you were doing your respective work?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's very simple, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you just have to increase the amount that you sell, raise prices, and finally just reduce the cost.
Yes.
All right? In theory, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, right? So what I'd like you to do now is, there are exactly 8 of us here, so can you all please stand? I'm going to leave this up here. Find a partner. Very quickly, find a partner. Anyone, just pair up with among yourselves. Okay. Now, just among yourselves, take turns to tell your partner which is your most favorite method. One. Okay, which one of these is your most favorite method? And secondly, tell them which one of these, if you were to combine two, which two would you combine? Which is your preferred method of combination? Okay, so 1 minute. Starting now.
Slash operating cost. Slash operating cost is the one and slash operation.
Any different
Operating cost. Slash
Raise the profits, then increase the price and become more sales and like up the cost.
depends on our how you get more more
Okay, you can begin finishing up. Okay. High five your neighbor, say thank you and have a seat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you learn anything from this?
Yes.
Okay. Now, whatever you learn, whichever method that you selected as your most favorite method, everybody has got our preferred method, right?
Yes.
Maybe even your combination, you have your preferred combination because of your experiences, maybe even because of your industry as well. Okay? Now, next question is, which do you think is the best combination?
Cutting slash down your operating costs.
Thank you, Kita.
Because
Slashing down your operating
it's
costs.
under your control.
And what is the other one? Because we are talking about combination.
Quantity.
Retrainment.
Retrain.
Yeah.
You're saying retraining? Thank you very much, EK.
Increase.
Increase the
Wow.
volume.
Increase the volume. Okay. Can you do all three?
Can, but the second part, to increase the price, we have to think first because we have competitors out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. You always have competitors, but can you do all three? Even with competitors? It's possible, yeah? So that is the best combination, okay? Doing all three. That is the ultimate. And if you want to increase your profits by 50%, this is the way to go. Doing all three. Yes, even though Kita, I agree that there are competitors, but there are ways that you can do to eliminate your competitors, to overcome your competitors. And what is the single most important thing to overcome your competitors?
Quality.
Quality. And what does that do?
Product differentiation.
Product differentiation. What does that do?
Competitive advantage,
Yes, and what does advantage do for you?
Bring in more.
differ you
more
from
sales.
the others.
I give you a hint that it starts with the word letter R.
Relationship.
Reputation. Reputation. Okay, everything that you do is going to have a bearing on your reputation.
Yes.
Okay, so the question is, what is reputation? Simple. This is the simplest definition I'll give you, not what the professors in Harvard who have got no clue and never done anything or any marketing. Okay, this is the simplest. Look at it and see whether you agree with it. It is what your customer thinks of you. It is what your supplier thinks of you. It is what your competition thinks of you, and even the government. Okay, and whoever else you want to add inside that. Whatever they think of you is your reputation. So let's look at reputation. What kind of reputation can you have?
Positive,
Positive, which means good reputation. What else?
professional,
Professional. Or opposite of positive would be negative reputation. That would be number 2. Negative reputation. What do you think is the third one?
Well, very expensive like you.
It's also negative reputation, right, Klaus?
Bad service. lah.
Also bad reputation.
never heard of you.
Exactly. Thank you very much. No reputation. So it's either good, bad, or zero reputation. Who are you?
Who you?
So number 2 and number 3 are bad. No reputation, actually bad reputation. Huh? So you must always strive to get good reputation. Okay. So let's look at which are the where reputation will have an impact on. Reputation will have an impact on whether you can increase sales. It will have an impact on whether you can increase prices. Gita, you were saying there's competition out there,
Yes.
right? Reputation can also help you lower your costs. We have an expert here now on logistics and supply chain. Okay, he knows what I'm referring to. Okay, so how can a good reputation help you increase your sales?
People know about you,
Trust, and therefore
customer go to you.
customers will come to you. What else will customers do? They will tell their friends.
Yes.
Word of
Yeah?
mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth. They will advocate for you, and therefore you will come. And because you have a good reputation, they'll come back more often and they'll buy more as well.
Repeat order.
Repeat orders, exactly. Thank you very much. Repeat orders. What about increasing prices? You think you can increase your price if you have a good reputation?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
I'm not telling you to increase your price by 50% overnight. Huh?
Yes.
In certain industries, that's possible. I've actually done that in vaccines. Of course, when you are having a monopoly, it's easy. Huh? But usually you don't. But you can increase by 10%, 5%, and so on.
And there's an example precisely to that. You see, if most of you can recall, you see now some 15 years ago, Honda cars cost more than Toyotas. You see now, but when Toyota improved on their quality, their reputation went up. Look at their prices today. They are actually above Hondas.
That's correct.
Thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. What about lowering your costs? Do you think if you have a good reputation, you can lower your costs? Especially when you go to your supplier and say, look, my reputation is so good, my business is booming so much. Let's say somebody's printing some brochures for you. Can you go to them and tell them, I'm going to order for you for the next 2 years, and therefore are you going to reduce my prices?
Yes.
That's what Lau used to do. Yeah? So these are examples that you can use to reduce your cost. Now, can we just stand up again? This time, sorry, don't have to stand up. Just within your group, I think that group has got 5 people. Thank you, Ricky. 5 minutes. Okay. Right, okay, so now, because we're running out of time, let me just tell you what are the areas of your business where reputation can impact. It is HR, marketing, even finance. When you submit your bills on time to your creditors, do you get paid on time? If you give them reward, like for example, if you pay on time, you get a COD, I mean a discount for paying on time, early payment. Yeah. So these are all techniques that we can look at. And these are the 4 steps in order for you to boost your reputation. Employ the right person. Train the right person, don't just train him once, but train and train and train. Set objectives. A lot of companies don't set objectives and manage the person according to those objectives, manage the performance. Last but not least, reward the guy or the girl, otherwise he's going to run away, huh? Reward. So in conclusion, I got a formula for you. Would you like that?
Yes.
Thank you. This is the formula. I don't know why the last picture didn't come up. Huh? Find the right guy, train the person and retrain and train. Manage the performance so that they can achieve their goals and objectives as Sufri has mentioned to us just now. And finally, the last piece there actually is money. Yeah? Reward them. That's all it takes. And if you notice, it's not a plus, it is multiplication because it's exponential.
Exponential.
Okay?
It appears like a cross.